welcome to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well, and today's video is all about which planet do you embody. So which planet's essence and its energy is dominated the most within you. So for this reading, I've got 4 piles for you to choose from. This is pile 1, this is pile 2, this is pile 3, and this is pile 4. So you guys can now take a moment and see which pile or piles you're most drawn to, and after you've selected your pile, there are timestamps in the description box below which you can use to jump ahead to your reading to see exactly which planet do you embody. All right, so let's get straight into it. Hello pile 1, welcome to your reading. Let's see which planet do you embody. So we have a 10 of cups in reverse, we have 5 of cups in reverse, we have the high priestess, we have the sun, and we have a 5 of swords in reverse. Okay, so I'm getting already 2 planets for you, and you know that pile 1, that in astrology even the sun and the moon are considered planets. So same thing here, and I really do feel that you are someone who has this combined kind of this combined essence of the sun and the moon. So but mainly for you, I'm getting the message that the moon is the planet for you. Like, you embody the aspects, the energy, the essence of the moon. So I really do see that you're someone who's, first of all, very intuitive, incredibly psychic, and you sometimes, you get knowledge from places where no one can get knowledge from. Like, people, you get knowledge from hidden places, and you get knowledge which is hidden. Like, you get access to that kind of information, that kind of knowledge which the other people, the regular people, don't have access to, and you get it through various different means. The universe kind of works to kind of get you that information in subtle ways, nothing too obvious, like you're going to college and you're doing a degree in psychic studies, for example. There's no such thing as that, but that's just an example that I'm giving, that it's not anything that is obvious. You get your information through messages from the earth. You get your information through your dreams. Sometimes you're just talking to someone and all of a sudden you get this kind of like an epiphany or some sort of a revelation that happens, and all of a sudden you're just like, okay, what just happened? Where did it come from? Like, you get a certain feeling, certain vibe. You're very empathetic. You're just automatically in tuned. You're automatically tuned to the energy of this world, to the energy of the people around you. So that kind of also makes you really sensitive to people. It's hard sometimes for you to forget the past because you are so sensitive to whatever happened, to all the events, that it kind of takes you, longer than the other people to kind of work your way out of the past. It's not that, like I say, that everybody has their own pace of healing, right? Some people heal rather quickly. Some people rather, they have a longer journey when it comes to healing. But it's not about healing itself. It's about you being so sensitive that it's hard for you to kind of break out of that whole thing because of how sensitive you are. And that, I don't mean that in a bad way, that you are super sensitive and you should stop and everything. No, this is what you are. This is how the moon is. Moon is like water energy, right? And you guys can see with the sun here, even though, but I do see these, I don't know, this looks like rain to me, even though there's rain over here as well, despite the sun being out. But I do see that you have this, you're like water, you have that water element highly, strongly present within you. It could also be that you have the water element strongly in your birth chart as well. You could be like a Cancer or Pisces, kind of like those water signs, or Scorpio. So, and if you have a strong Scorpio in your chart, pile 1, then that that's intense. That's an intense sign. That's why I'm saying that when you feel emotions, when you're dealing with those things, it's harder for you, and it takes you longer, and it takes more effort from your part to kind of walk out of the past, to forget the past. And sometimes I feel like, because we have the high priestess here, now this is the card of wisdom as well. This is the card of knowledge as well. So this also tells me that you are, whatever has happened in your life, good or bad, it has taught you that, to forgive, but not to forget. So you have become wise enough to know that, yes, okay, a person has hurt me, a person has betrayed me, but I cannot just, I can forgive them, but I cannot forget what they've done, because they might do the same thing in the future, and I need to be ready for that. I need to know what to expect from such a person. So it has made you like this whole energy. So don't feel bad if people make you feel bad about being sensitive, pile one. Yeah, no. You don't need to feel bad, because you are so special. Being sensitive has made you wise. Being sensitive kind of prepares you what to deal with before something happens. Like when you're with a person, you're talking to a person and you're getting their energy, you're feeling that, you're sensing their vibe. So you know what this person will do before they actually do it, right? And that is because you're sensitive. So don't let people make you feel bad. But you have I just feel like you have a strong presence of the moon in your energy, in your aura, in your soul. Or maybe you're someone who's just really heavily dominated by the planet moon, or some strong water signs as well. And yeah, you have a lot of knowledge, pile one. You have knowledge that you can't even begin to express to people. So you keep it to yourself, because this card is of duality as well. So you have the knowledge of this world, but at the same time you have the knowledge of the other world as well. You come across situations, you have experienced things that you just don't have an explanation for, but you've seen it, and you just know that, okay, that you cannot talk to other people about it, but it is there, and it is because of the fact that you have a strong moon-like energy in your essence. And on the other hand, I'm also seeing that you guys might be really into water. You love being around water, you love being in the water. If some of you guys dream of having their house next to some water body or something like that, because water really gives you that energy. It makes you, it helps ground you. You really connect well. Sometimes I feel probably you get most of your knowledge and ideas and thoughts and stuff while you're in the water, something of that sort. So it energizes you in some way. And then we have the sun for you as well. But like I'm saying, mainly I'm seeing more of the moon energy being dominated over here, pile one. But the sun energy is also there. So this is kind of telling me that because of the knowledge that you possess, you have the right, whether anybody agrees or not, you have the right to be in the position of authority. You have the right to call yourself an expert. But if you think that, no, I still have a lot to learn, that's up to you. But I'm saying that, you have the knowledge, you have more than enough knowledge, because sun is higher positions. The sun is the government and all of those things, being in position of authority, telling people what to do, being the boss and all of those things. So that's why I'm saying that you, because of the knowledge and experiences that you have, because of how you're able to see so far ahead, that kind of makes you an ideal candidate to be in the position of authority. So that's why the sun is here. And of course, sun talks about success as well. So this also tells me that you, pile one, have a strong potential for success. Really strong potential. So right now, if somebody's kind of telling you, just because you've had a few failures in the past, or you are not as successful as you dream of being, and people make fun of you for that, pile one, don't listen to them. They do not know just how much potential you have. Trust me, with this high priestess talks about all the things hidden, so this also talks about your hidden potential as well. So the sun card being here for you, know that you have a strong potential. You have a lot of potential within you, pile one. You can choose to do whatever you want, literally. And if not now, then one day you will be so financially and personally and relationship-wise so successful that you can easily like be like, okay, I'm just gonna sit back and just have other people work for me. Like that's how successful you're going to be, like at that CEO level, where you're like delegating tasks one by one. You're just telling people what to do, and you yourself get to spend time with your loved ones. You get to spend time doing what you love to do, um, all the while, like, understanding that, okay, what's going to happen next? What do I have to do? How do I make things successful? And also that I'm also getting this message for you, pile one, that not only are you not only do you have the potential for success, but you actually help people get success. Whoever comes, for example, if there's a student, there's a child that has come to you to learn something, if you're the one teaching that child, if you're the one mentoring that child, trust me, pile one, because of you, because of the sun aspect that you have in your personality, that child is going to be successful because you worked on that child. You help that child become successful. So I really do see that you help people become successful. All right. Then we have the Eight of Pentacles. See, you're such a hard worker. Okay, we have a Five of Cups again. Okay, now this time this is upright. Okay, here we have the Hierophant. We have the number 5 coming through for you, like 555. We have the Magician. See, authority. You have the power, and then we have the Tower. Everything you thought you knew. Sometimes I feel like with the kind of messages you get from the world, from the universe, pile one, is that, one of the reasons you can't tell people, or you find it difficult to talk to people about those experiences, is because you know that if you told them, they will not be able to handle it. It's going to be like a tower moment for them. I just feel like these two cards go so well together when it comes to your energy, pile one, because it's like you are the expert. Like, I feel like you are like this chosen person of the universe, and the universe is like, okay, I've chosen pile one, and I've decided to give them all these messages. I've decided to share whatever I am. I've decided to share whatever I can do with pile one. So I don't know, I'm just getting this really this vibe that you're chosen by the universe. You are such a beautiful soul that the universe has personally been like, okay, I'm just gonna make sure this person gets to have that information, which other people cannot have. So, but like I'm saying, because if you told people whatever you know, I just feel like some of you, pile one, if you are watching this and you're like, no, I don't get psychic messages, or my dreams are just normal. They're crazy, but they're normal. There's nothing, there are no hidden messages in my dreams. If that is the case with you, pile one, then you might be dealing with a lot of secrets. Like, if you think that, okay, that whole spiritual aspect is not resonating with you, the kind of information you might be getting would be related to secrets. Like, everybody comes and tells you their secret. Everybody. And it just goes without saying that, you're not supposed to tell anyone. And sometimes you're talking to a person and they're saying something to you, and you're just thinking that I know so much about you, but if I told you what I know about you, you won't be able to handle it. So it's that kind of like I don't know, it was kind of spooky when I got the message for you, because I just felt spooked, like, okay, somebody might know so much about me, but they cannot tell me because I might not be able to handle it. But it's that situation with you, and that's why everything gets so difficult for you. Your mind is always in this state of chaos, and you're just like, what do I? And sometimes when you have to tell a person something, you have to think really hard, pile one, that, okay, because you have to do a lot of filtration through your thoughts, and you're just like, okay, I have to filter out my thoughts. I have to just make sure that this person only knows this much and they don't know everything else. So sometimes you spend a lot of time just trying to filter through the information that you have about a particular thing, and kind of thinking really hard. And sometimes people might also get really annoyed by you and say that, why do you take so long to reply? Why do you take so long to answer? It's just a simple question. What's going on with you? And this is what it is, because you're trying so hard to make sure that nothing that is not meant to be heard or seen by people comes out, and that you don't say anything that they're not meant to know. You don't say anything that, that would hurt them or make them feel bad. So yeah, like that's this whole tower energy. And that the moon is a planet that is constantly changing. The moon is always moving. The moon is the fastest moving planet in terms of astrology and everything. So the tower here also talks about change. So I just feel like change comes really quickly in your life, Palwan. If you're trying to manifest change for yourself, you are able to manifest it really quickly. And not only for yourself, but I feel like sometimes you're able to manifest change really quickly for the other people as well. It depends on how tuned you are to their energy. The stronger your connection with them, the faster you'll be able to kind of help them out. So I do see that you are like this beacon of a change, Palwan. I just feel like that now I feel like the fact that you're here on this earth means that you're meant to bring some sort of a change, because we have this tower energy coming through. And that's why the moon is so strong in your personality, because you are meant for that. You are this beacon of change, and a beautiful change that is. Then we have the Magician and the Hierophant here. So both these cards talk about, like I was saying, you have the knowledge. You have so much knowledge that people come to you for advice. And you have the right to call yourself an expert. You can if you want to. If you think that, yeah, then you can, because people definitely think so. Because with the Hierophant energy here, people definitely come and ask you for advice all the time. And if you are someone who's into spirituality, who does astrology, who's into astrology and tarot and all of those things, then you would have noticed a lot of people come to you for tarot readings, because they know that you're going to give them accurate information. You're a highly, highly accurate a tarot reader. Because you're able to read people's energy so well with this High Priestess card. And so that's why you are the expert. And with the Magician here, yeah, like I'm saying, you have unlimited potential, Palwan. There's nothing that you cannot do. Just do whatever you want, and don't let people tell you anything. Like, don't let people tell you what to do, because that is going to weaken this sun aspect in your personality. Because the sun is like, I know what I'm doing. I am smart enough. Like, it's kind of like that confident aspect. So obviously when people are telling you what to do and you're just agreeing to them, you're not doing what you want to do, you don't feel that confident in yourself. That is where you need to understand that the sun aspect of your personality, it's being suppressed in some way, and you don't want to do that. So yeah, just make sure to just do what you love to do. All right. So yeah, let's see what we have for you. We have Rescuer. Why am I not surprised? Provides strength and support to others in crisis. Acts out of love with no expectation of reward. I mean, of course, also a moon being a watery planet also means that it's a very nurturing planet, very motherly aspect. There's a strong motherly aspect attached to that planet. So yeah, acting out of love, all of those things. You are a very nurturing soul. And of course, when moon is strongly associated with water, what does water do? Water nurtures us. Without water, I feel like life will be non-existent. People can survive without anything, but they cannot survive without water. So yeah, that's you, the moon. We have Hermit. Seeks solitude to focus intently on inner life, serves personal creativity. So of course, with the High Priestess, this card coming up for you does not surprise me in the least, because yeah, like I'm saying, you have to have that strong meditative practice. You need to connect yourself to the universe from time to time. I feel like you sometimes do it on a regular basis. Probably some of you, if you have the time, you do it on a daily basis. You make sure to go out, be near the water. Like, if that is where you get your strength from, you go there. Or if not, if you don't have any water body next to you, close to you, then you just walk. Like, you try to be as close to earth as possible, and that is your whole meditative space. You're able to connect to the universe through your senses. And that's why I'm saying you have a lot of knowledge, because the hermit, because it's all like being within, having a lot of knowledge and all of that. So wow. All right, we have a shifter. Skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, ability to see the potential in everything. The word potential is coming up here, like I keep telling you. You have unlimited potential. This is talking about seeing potential in everything. I feel like you have all kinds of potential within you. You really have that unlimited potential aspect. And on the other hand, with the shifter here, werewolves, right? They're fantasy creatures, mythical creatures, but they are strongly affected by the moon. They are able to shift into their wolf form because of the moon. And for you, you might resonate a lot with werewolves. You might resonate a lot with wolves, if not werewolves. But that just shows that, and like I'm saying, the moon is a planet that brings constant change. Wherever your moon is, you know that there's a whole lot of change that is always taking place in that aspect of your life. So like strong moon energy coming through for you, pile one. All right, so yeah, this is all I have for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye. Hello, pile 2, welcome to your reading. Let's see, which planet do you embody? All right, we have a 3 of Wands in reverse. We have a 9 of Wands. We have a 6 of Swords in reverse. King of Cups. And 4 of Cups. Okay. All right, pile 2. With the 9 of Wands here, the moment I saw this card, the planet kind of flashed in my mind that you embody a strong, like the planet that you embody is Mars. So what do I mean by that? Mars is the planet of courage. Mars is the planet of bravery, and it's just of action, of battle, all of those things. And you, pile 2, you are one of the strongest people that I think I know. And I don't know you, I don't know who you are, but the kind of energy that is being resonated from your cards at this point kind of is giving me an inkling of just how strong you are. Not only physically, but mentally and emotionally, you are so strong. Like you guys can see with this King of Cups here, this squirrel is looking here towards, like, in this direction. And we have this 9 of Wands right here. We have courage right here. Even when you are being emotional, you are courageous, pile 2. There's a lot of courage. You are, I don't even know. Like, I'm getting so intimidated by you at this point, because I'm just like, people like you are so incredibly rare in this world. Because you stand up for what's right, pile 2. Even if it scares you, you stand up for what you believe in. Even if you're terrified, your legs might be trembling, but you will face up to the adversity. You will face up to the enemy and be like, I'm there. You will look into the eyes of your opponent and be like, do whatever, I'm ready to face you. Even if you don't feel that confident in yourself, but you will still do it because you are courageous. You know that whatever is happening is wrong. Like, whatever situation you're in, if you're aware of if you think that injustice is happening, if you think that, whatever is happening is not right or is just plain wrong, then you're gonna stand up. And even if it means going against the people who love you, or going against those whom you love, you will do it because of this Martian energy. And this energy with this 9 of Wands, I just keep seeing that card and I'm like, this is so your card. And of course, because you have that emotional courage as well, you have that, and this also kind of tells me just how resilient you are, pile 2. Incredibly resilient people. You've been through so much in life and you've come out on top. You've been beaten, you've been knocked down time and time again, but you always manage to get back up. People have destroyed you emotionally. They have done a number on you emotionally, but despite that, you choose to love people. Sometimes people they're so hurt by the betrayal and whatever, and all the lies and everything, that they're just like, they try to step back from their emotions. They're like, I don't want to feel anything. I wish I wasn't such an emotional person. And sometimes they become so bitter and jaded towards the people that they just choose never to love anyone. They choose never to put themselves out there anymore. But you're not like that, Pile 2. Despite whatever you've been through, despite the lies, despite the betrayal, you still choose to be your loving self. You still choose to give love as freely as you did when you weren't betrayed and lied to. So you understand just how powerful you are. And people might call you, they might say that you are, you're dumb or you're stupid for loving people after all that they've done to you. They might say that you're stupid for showing people love when all they do is betray you. And but you're not stupid, Pile 2. Don't listen to those people. They're just there to put you down. Your emotional strength is unparalleled. Like, no one can match up to it. It's that strong. That's why I'm saying I'm getting intimidated by you, because I'm feeling your strength. I'm feeling just how strong you are. And no matter, people can try, but they can never be like you. They can never be as courageous as you. You're someone who can never be defeated, Pile 2. You just cannot be defeated. You just cannot. In any sense of the word. Even if people think that they've beaten you, if people think that you've lost, they're delusional. I'm telling you. Because victory is going to always come to you, because, you are like, because of your courage. Victory will always come to you. People will stand by you for your courage, even if your own people are against you. Strangers will stand up for you. And you might have also noticed that sometimes your own people turn against you. They don't agree with your decisions. They don't agree with what you're doing. But your support comes from the outside, because those people understand. The people around you, your people, sometimes take you for granted. They're like, Pile 2 is supposed to do what we want. Pile 2 is supposed to keep us happy. But you are so strong. And somewhere I also feel that you're very straightforward as well. Blunt to the point of surprising a person, of catching a person off guard. You're that blunt sometimes. And some people might say you're rude. Some people might say you need to be gentle when it comes to your words. All of those things. But you're blunt. But at the same time, people might say that, you need to be a little gentle when talking to people. But at the same time, people really appreciate you for being straightforward. People appreciate you for being honest. And I feel like, Pile 2, you're so honest that you will admit your mistake. You will admit your fault, even if you're scared. You will go up to and be like, I did it. I didn't mean to. This is what I was thinking. This is what happened. You will tell them. You are going to be honest, even if you're scared. And that shows your strength, Pile 2. That shows just how fearless you are. And you, Pile 2, you're fearless. Incredibly fearless. And that's why I'm saying, you cannot be defeated. Whew. No matter what people do, no matter what people say. And also this tells me that you are like, Mars is the card of action, Mars is all about exercise and everything. So this also kind of tells me that you're big on exercising. You don't do it just because, you're like, okay, I need to do it because I want to be healthy. I want to, work on my weight. I want to maintain it, or whatever you want to do with it. You don't exercise just for that single purpose of staying healthy. I feel like exercise is an act of spirituality for you. When you're exercising, it's a way of meditating for you. Some people, how this mostly when people are meditating, they like to sit in one spot and just be still for some time, and that's the best way they can connect to the universe. I feel like in your case, it's the opposite. The more you exercise, the more you're running, jogging, and you would have noticed that this happens more when you're doing it outside, when you're doing it out in the open, because that you're more connected to the element of the earth. But whenever you're doing that, that is where your spirituality lies. Not in just sitting still and sitting down in one place. No, for you it's that movement. The more you move, the more you exercise, and the more you kind of connect to the earth, to the universe. You do it like, probably you like to run bare feet on the grass or on the earth. You like doing that. Maybe you like climbing trees or something. For some of you, it could be you like to go to the gym or something. When you're doing that, you feel alive, you feel connected. You are in that zone where you are, talking to the universe and just manifesting whatever it is that you want to manifest for yourself. So I feel like for you, your exercise and your action-oriented personality, pile 2, is a strong aspect, strongly linked to your spirituality. That's what I feel, because the Mars energy is so strong. We have the Empress. Okay. The Chariot. See, the card of victory is coming up for you. You cannot, people shouldn't even try going against you, We have 3 of Swords. We have the Sun in reverse. And we have 2 of Pentacles. So with the Sun being in reverse here, when the Sun is upright in astrology, in terms of astrology, a pile 2, it's like, being appreciated by people, being applauded by people, getting that fame and all of those things. But I feel like in your case, like when the Sun is in reverse, I feel like people, like I'm saying, sometimes people really don't appreciate you. They really think that you're harsh and you need to be gentle, and you're just always telling people to work, and you're always doing something or the other. So I feel like somewhere you are highly misunderstood as well. And Martian energy is that kind of energy which is misunderstood, because people think that Mars is harsh. Mars is just fire and just too much anger and all of those things. And you might have anger, you might have a temper. Everybody does, pile 2. But people hardly ever, or if you think that, okay, hardly is not the right kind of intensity, then there are few people who truly appreciate you for who you are. Some people do it secretly. Some people might actually be doing it secretly, where they appreciate just how honest and blunt you are, but they won't tell you. They won't tell you. On the other hand, few people appreciate you. Few people see that Martian energy within you in a positive light. People sometimes don't realize that you're not being argumentative. You're just, standing up for what you believe is right. You are not stubborn. You are just really, I would say, strong-willed. That that, okay, something is wrong and you're standing up for it. So I do see that some people get really annoyed by you because you tell people when they're wrong. And people don't like to hear that. Pile 2, that. Every time you tell someone that what they're doing is wrong, they just don't like to hear that. So that's why people sometimes don't like you, because we have this 3 of Swords coming up for you. So sometimes people really don't like you. But that doesn't mean that you're wrong. So, and somewhere I do feel that when you're wrong and when you're right. So even if somebody's telling you that, okay, you're wrong, you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that, you're like, I know what I'm doing is right. So I'm going to keep doing it, whether you like it or not. you might be scared. Sometimes you might have to deal with people of a higher position than you. And that is probably, you might be scared at that time to deal with them, but you know that you have to. You know the truth needs to come out. And you do that. So your courage is unrivaled, pile 2. And don't ever think that you're in the wrong. If you think that, oh, I do have anger issues, or I am harsh to people, then the best way for you to kind of work on yourself is to exercise, to let off the heat. And because the Chariot is coming, so I am getting some water energy as well. So that's why, water kind of works against fire. So that's why I'm just getting this energy that to cool down, it's better to kind of, exercise. And you might be someone who also sweats a lot when you're exercising. You're like, and that is how the heat is kind of being released for you. Pile 2, I'm talking in terms of spirituality, okay? Not in medical or scientific terms, but I'm just talking in terms of spirituality, that when that is happening, and also the fact that you are able to kind of channel your temper, channel your anger in a productive way when you're exercising. So that is like a very healthy kind of a coping mechanism that you have. But just make sure not to exercise too much, because of course your body, it needs rest. Your body is, limited in some way. So don't push it too hard. Don't push yourself too hard. Know your limits. Know that, okay, pushing myself is not going to get me anything. Yeah, it might make me feel better. It might make me feel good, but you also need to rest. You also need to calm down. But on the other hand, I feel like you are a person of your word. Your word is like, it's like set in stone, I would say. And that kind of makes you a very trustworthy person as well, pile 2. Whatever you promise to people, you make sure to deliver. If you say, I'm going to get your work done by this date, you will make sure to do it. Even if it takes you all night, even if you have to stay up late, you have to kind of sacrifice your leisure time to do that work, you'll do it. Because for you, it's like, yeah, I've given my word to this person. I have to follow through with it. So you are a very credible person. You are a very trustworthy person. And why wouldn't you be? Like I'm saying, you're so truthful and honest that you're not even afraid to stand up against, authority. You're not afraid to stand up against majority. You might be in the minority, but you'll be like, no, I'm not gonna just give in and conform to what other people are doing just because everybody's doing it, So big on you, pile 2. This is such a strong margin energy coming through for you. Wow. And like I'm saying with this 2 of Pentacles right here, people's opinions of you go back and forth. Because like I'm saying, sometimes people appreciate you a lot. They appreciate you for being courageous. They appreciate you for taking charge at times, and making the decisions, taking the risk, taking that first step. But at the same time, when you're blunt, when you're honest to their face, or when you're angry or something, then they don't like you very much. So that goes back and forth. Now let's see what else we have. Okay, we have thief sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. So when I saw this sheds light part, I just know that it might not be about the potential wealth within you, but it could be that you shed light on the truth. You're like, no, I have to tell people. You'll make a very good journalist, pile 2. You'll be very good at it, I feel like. We have poet. We have expressed soul insights in symbolic language. I feel like this has more to do with the fact that, the more you exercise, the more you engage in physical activity, the more spiritually inclined you become. I just feel like that this is what it means over here. We have saboteur. We have highlight your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it will bring to your life. Wow. You know how people sometimes sabotage themselves because of their own insecurities and fear? You are the opposite, I feel like. You're just like, you accept your shortcomings, pile 2. That's how brave you are. You're not afraid to admit your weaknesses to people. Sure, you're smart about it. You're not like telling everybody everything, that you're not going around telling the whole world what you're not good at, but you accept those shortcomings within you. When you don't accept your shortcomings, a pile 2, it's like you are kind of rejecting a part of yourself. And that's why a lot of people kind of suffer through a lot of various different issues in different aspects, because they are suppressing a part of themselves. You, on the other hand, you accept those shortcomings. You're like, yeah, I'm not good at this, I'm not. But I am good at this. So just because you're accepting your shortcomings, you're also accepting your strengths. So when you're accepting all of yourself, who can stop you, tell me? Who can think that they can go against you and win? No one can. No one can, because you are self-aware. You really are. And if you discover a weakness about yourself, pile 2, I'm also getting this because, like I'm saying, Mars is a very action-oriented planet. And with Mars's energy in you, this also tells me that if you find a weakness within yourself, you do your best to kind of, work on it, to turn that weakness into strength. You do that. So a lot of people get really intimidated by you because they're like, this person is just like so hardworking and they're like so perfect. Like whatever they do, they always turn their weakness into strength. So you are a force to be reckoned with, pile 2, all right? So yeah, this is all I have for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. Let's see, which planet do you embody? We have the Tower. Okay. We have 9 of Cups. We have King of Swords in reverse. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. 4 of Swords in reverse. Okay, pile 3. I don't know how you're going to feel about this one, but let's see. All right, so the planet that you embody, the planet's energy, which you embody, pile 3, is of the planet Saturn. Now, Saturn is one of the scary planets. People are scared of Saturn. People are like, oh, Saturn is so difficult. Saturn gives a lot of problems, a lot of issues. It makes life so difficult. The properties and adjectives associated with Saturn. However, pile 3, what people don't realize is that Saturn gives you strength. Saturn makes you realize your true potential. Saturn makes you see your true strength. And how do you see you? And Saturn is that planet that makes you work hard. And Saturn is that, and all of these things, all of the things that people associate with Saturn, it's like those are the things that one needs to, transform. Those are the elements that are required for an evolution, a transformation. So even if people view Saturn in a negative light, and you might have seen that people view you in a negative light as well. People misunderstand you so much. Sometimes I feel like you guys might have spent the majority of your life just justifying yourselves and justifying your actions and words to people, because they don't understand. They always kind of paint you as the bad guy, just like people kind of associate bad stuff with Saturn. They're like, Saturn is this, Saturn is that. But there are only a few people who actually see the benefits of Saturn. They see just how, first thing is first, Saturn being a big planet tells me that you are a very strong personality, pile 3. Very strong personality. To the point where people can be intimidated by you. People, sometimes people just find it very difficult to come to you. People often have said you're very unapproachable, and you're just like, how? What did I do? What did I say that makes people so that makes me so unapproachable? But it's that energy, it's that Saturnian energy within you. Saturn is a cold planet. So some people might also kind of accuse you of being cold, that, oh, you don't have emotions, you're not sensitive, you just say whatever you want to people without any remorse and all of that stuff. You go around saying you're so straightforward and you're so blunt that sometimes people get hurt about what you say. I'm not saying that that is inherently bad. I'm trying to tell you that you might come across these kind of things, and I'm telling you that is because people misunderstand you. People don't understand that this is a tough love. You have been through a lot, Pile 3. You having this strong Saturnian energy means that your childhood or your chart is might be really strongly influenced by Saturn. So probably since childhood you have dealt with challenges after challenges till the present day. It's like you want to get used to all the challenges, but obviously every time a challenge comes, it's of a different nature, of a different aspect, and it's a new challenge for you. So that's why the thing is that because you have experienced all this, you have become stronger. Like, you have understood just how tough life can be. You've understood that life is not just roses and rainbows and unicorns and stuff. It's not fluffy. Life can be seriously harsh, and you just want to kind of tell people that. And I feel like you guys have been through so much that sometimes other people's issues, they are just like, they seem very shallow and trivial to you. You understand that yes, their problems are their own, and yes, they're not okay and everything, but sometimes internally you're just like, this is what you're worried about. This is what your concern is. Like, sometimes it happens because you are like, it has this whole Saturn energy, this whole Saturn aspect of your personality has made you so mature and so wise that you are just, now I just feel like you guys are on the path to spirituality, and you're just like, I just want more spirituality. I just want to be connected to the universe. I just want to be connected to God and just stop dealing with this whole thing. And I feel like with you, a Pile 3, you have become you're so strong that now whatever challenge comes your way, you're like, it doesn't phase. I feel like nothing phases you. Nothing. People can come and say whatever they want to tell you, and you won't even bat an eyelash. You'll be like, okay, interesting, sure. And people are like, aren't you shocked? Aren't you surprised? This person did this person said that. And you're like, no, it doesn't, it's nothing, nothing I haven't seen before, nothing I haven't heard before. That's how much this aspect of your personality has kind of shaped you, a Pile 3. That nothing phases you. You're a deeply grounded person. Saturn is like really, it's like the slowest planet. If you're looking at all the planets, Saturn is the slowest. And wow. Pile 3, I just feel like you give a lot of tough love to people because you want them to be strong. But people don't understand that. People think that you're just being harsh for no reason. You're just being tough on them for no reason, or that you're just being tough on them because you can be, because you're in that position of authority, so you can do whatever you want. That's not the case. You understand that people need to be strong to face life. And if they're not, then life will be difficult for them. It's going to be difficult for them to go through challenges. So people are scared of you. People are intimidated by you. But you are needed, Pile 3. You are needed in this world to bring about the evolution, to help people embrace change, first of all. And you are needed. You are highly crucial for a person's transformation, for a person's well-being. Because no one can just live their entire life just being in one phase, People are meant to go through transformations. People are meant to experience change. Life is not just this, ball moving stationary, just like moving in one pace, in one direction. Life is unpredictable. And you, Pile 3, you having that strong Saturn energy within you, helps people through that. You help people transform. Wherever you go, you bring about a massive change. Some people might say you're rigid, you're cold, all of those things. But you're just wise. You're just mature. You just understand that, okay, where do I need to show my emotions? Where do I not need to show my emotions? Some of you guys might be very protective of your emotions. You know, it could be that as well. And this could also be that you might have noticed that people just automatically look up to you. Even when, sometimes you would also notice that, you know, when people are in for example, you're at work, okay, and there's a crisis, okay, some issue. You would notice that sometimes your own boss comes up to you and asks you for a solution. Your own boss looks up to you for advice. Why is that? Saturn is a planet of maturity. Saturn is associated with older people. Now, what normally we think that older people are wiser, more mature, they've lived life, they've experienced life, they know stuff, right? Similarly, because you have such a strong Saturn presence in your personality, you automatically give off that aura of maturity, of wisdom. And this is the kind of wisdom, the kind of, like, there's a Jupiterian wisdom and then there's a Saturnian wisdom. So Jupiterian wisdom is all about knowledge and spirituality and everything. Saturnian wisdom is about, you know, dealing with the challenges of life. And, you know, how to overcome those challenges, how to be patient. You are a very patient person as well, Pile 3. Very patient, very calm, very collected. I feel like group 2 kind of got the message of Mars, and which is like really fast energy, strong temper, and all of those things. But you're the exact opposite. This group is the exact opposite. You are calm, and you have a very, like, it takes you forever to get angry. Like, no one can easily make you angry, Pile 3. Anyway, so you might have noticed that your own boss kind of comes up to you and asks you that, okay, what do we do in this situation? And because even your boss gets this vibe off of you that you are mature, you will know how to handle things. And you would have also noticed that, a Pile 3, that when you're at work, you get the most work to do. Other people who are who are working at the same level as you, or who are maybe even below you, like in terms of position, they don't even get that much work. You get the most work. You have to take long hours. You have to spend long hours and everything. But that's why you know so much, because you get to have those experiences. Okay, we have a Page of Cups in reverse. Of course, you are so not delusional. Like, you don't live in this fantasy world. You are really strongly rooted to reality and how harsh life can be. We have 8 of Cups. Okay. Why am I not surprised? We have the Devil. We have Knight of Cups in reverse. And we have 2 of Cups. Lots of Cups energy. But these cards coming up are clearly telling me, Pile 3, that you are just, and I just feel like somewhere, I don't know, let me know in the comments that whether you've dealt with any issues related to your feet. Let me know that, you know, because Saturn is, excuse me, Saturn being the slowest planet, obviously Saturn takes time, the longest time to make that single rotation. So that's why, you know, for you, it could be that it takes, for some of you, it could be that you might deal with issues related to your feet, which sometimes makes it difficult for you to kind of get your work done, because you have to walk around and everything, and it might be difficult for you. I hope it's not. I really hope you're okay. But yeah, you might, and the thing is that whatever you do, Pile 3, whatever you do, people often kind of try to rush you, you know. They're like, can you hurry up? Why are you taking so long to do this? Why are you taking so long to do that? And you sometimes feel really bad. You're just like, you know, you don't know how to explain yourself, because yeah, everything you do is at your own pace, at your own level, and that is perfectly okay, pile 3. You don't need to feel bad about those things. It is because of this strong Saturnian presence in your personality. And the thing is that you might have noticed that, yeah, you might get the work done slowly, but you get your work is the best, always the best. Where somebody is kind of being proud and boasting about getting a task done in like less than an hour, where you're taking 2 or 3 hours to do the same thing, you would have noticed the quality of your work versus the other person's work is going to be so different. Like yours is going to be so much better. Why? Because you're taking your time. You're making sure that everything is right. You're very detail oriented, pile 3. So don't feel bad. You're like, oh, I got Saturn. Oh my goodness. Must be bad. People might hate me and everything. No, you are highly crucial for the people. Whoever you come across, you always leave an impact. You would have noticed Saturn always leaves an impact on a person. Why? Because the challenges that Saturn gives out, the Saturnian energy gives out, it helps transform a person. It kind of subdues them emotionally, but it gives them so much enlightenment. You can see over here, we have the tower, but there's this lightning over here. So yes, whatever your experiences are, whatever you help people go through might be difficult for them, but at the end it leaves them enlightened. It gives them so much more than what they lost. So I feel like every time an individual is about to go through a transformation, I feel like the universe kind of sends you to that person or brings that person to you. So you meet that person, and then you kind of help that person go through that transformation. You are able to kind of make that person see the truth about this world, about life, whatever the truth is. You are able to see that, and you're able to kind of give that knowledge to people. So people misunderstand you a lot at pile 3. But once they see that potential in you, once they realize that if it wasn't for you, they wouldn't have been able to overcome the transformation and all those difficult situations in life. Once they see that, yes, you give tough love, but you only do it because you care so much. Initially, they might think that you're only doing it because you hate them or something. But it is later on when people realize that, pile 3 loved us. Pile 3 was the only genuine person for us. They were harsh because they cared. Other people are just always being nice because, they're just like, okay, let's just be nice. Let's not hurt the other person, even though they should be telling the other person the truth. Sometimes you're at a store, you're trying on a dress, for example, pile 3, and for example, it doesn't look good on you, but the salesperson would come and compliment you and be like, oh, this looks perfect on you and everything, when it's clearly not. And they're only doing it because they want you to buy that dress. They want that money. So they're willing to lie to you, even though that person clearly knows that this doesn't look good on you. But they're willing to do that. So what's the point of that kind of, those kind of compliments? What's the point of that kind of love, right? So similarly, when people realize that, they understand that you don't hate them. You're the only one who loves them. Your love is so pure, pile 3, that, and maybe that's why it takes so long for people to see it. Because the actual love, and the love we see on mainstream media, it's like so messed up, and it is so kind of, I don't know. But I just feel like your love is so pure that people find it hard to kind of see it because of their idea of love through a mainstream media. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So be proud of yourself, pile 3. Don't feel bad about anything. Don't feel bad about taking your time to do something. Don't feel bad about, you facing challenges time and time again. You are facing challenges because the universe wants you to be stronger and everything. And yes, it's not pretty. I'm not saying that, oh, challenges are nice and all of that. No, they're not. They're not nice. But that has only made you stronger, pile 3. And that's why your personality is like the strongest so far. Like, it's intense and it's powerful, and you should be proud of yourself. Okay, we have a student: humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. This humility and devotion. Saturn energy, once again, Saturn will humble you. You know that, because Saturn will put you through such challenges, pile 3, that you will have no choice but to be humble. Similarly with you, some people might say that yes, you're harsh and everything, that you are just always telling people how they're not good enough and everything like that, or stuff like that, you know. But you're like, no, I want that person to do better. Some people might say it's very hard to please you and everything. You're like, no, it's not. I appreciate all the efforts that you make. I might show my appreciation later, but I definitely see all the efforts that they're making, and I want them to be the best. That's why Saturn, when Saturn rewards you, you might have noticed that Saturn rewards you in the best way. If you're into astrology and you kind of follow it and everything, you would notice that the reward that comes after a Saturnian kind of a challenge, it's the greatest reward. It's the most fulfilling of them. And that comes after a long time. It doesn't come immediately. You have to do years and years. You have to put in so much effort. But when you get the fruit, it's like the sweetest fruit. Okay, we have healer: passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit. Ability to help transform pain into healing. See what I mean? That's why the universe sends you to those people who are about to go through a transformation, or who are already in the midst of a transformation, because you are able to help those people navigate through that tough time. So how can you hate Saturn? How can you hate yourself, pile 3? You can't, and you shouldn't, because if it wasn't, and you are able to kind of help those people channel their pain into something productive, something greater than their challenge that they're facing. Wow, this is intense. Okay, we have bully. Highlights your tendency to intimidate others. Helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. See? Told you, some people might be scared of you. They might think that, pile 3 might say something bad to me. They might insult me or something. But no, you wouldn't do that. You only help a person see kind of you don't, if you want to tell something bad to someone, pile 3, you won't do it in public. You'll take that person away. You'll be like, okay, I need to talk to you in private, and you will tell them that, okay, this is something that you're not supposed to do. Maybe try doing something differently. So, but yeah, some people get offended, but sometimes people take your words positive as well, and they should, because you're only wanting the best for them. All right. So yeah, this is all I have for you, pile 3. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye. Hello, pile 4. Welcome to your reading. Let's see what planet you embody. So we have a Page of Cups. We have the Moon. We have 3 of Swords. 10 of Swords. Wheel of Fortune. Okay, pile 4. All right. Which planet do you embody? You embody the planet Mercury, pile 4. So what does that mean? Mercury is a forever child kind of an energy. It's a forever student kind of an energy. It's a very curious, childlike energy. At the same time, it's it's the planet of intelligence. It's the planet of movement, of mental ability, mental agility, all of those things. Moon is all mental, the mind, basically. So, Mercury is all mind. Yeah, what I'm getting for you is that, 1, you are a highly, highly intelligent person, and somewhere I feel like your intelligence is also connected to your spirituality, a pile 4. So I really do see that, every time you're engaged in something that kind of stimulates your mind in some way, I feel like that is when you feel the closest to the universe. You feel the closest to the cosmos, to God, whoever you resonate with. And everybody who comes across you, they see your intelligence shining in your eyes. They just see it. They look at you and they're like, this is going to be a pile 4 is a very intelligent person. On the other hand, with this page of cups here, the page energy itself, this could mean that, you look really young. You have a very youthful appearance, pile 4. And not only that, but I feel like you're also really strongly tuned and connected to your inner child. You really are. You often let it out to play. You're a very childlike person, despite your age, whatever you may be, teens, adults, 20s, 30s, 40s, even 50s and 60s and everything. You are this, you have a very childlike personality. And you're always curious. You're always like, I feel like you are a very happy-go-lucky person. And that's why some people might get annoyed by you, and they might be like, you don't take life seriously, and everything is a joke to you. All of those things. You're very shallow. You don't understand the depths of life. You don't understand the depth and magnitude of a certain situation and everything. Pile 4, what they don't understand is that you understand more than they do. First of all, you understand more than enough about a certain situation, whether, and any circumstances, you understand plenty. The thing is that you are so spiritually enlightened that you understand that, okay, this is just temporary, and whatever this problem is, there's bound to be a solution. There's supposed to be. Because that's how problems are. They always come with a solution. There's always a solution. You just have to take the time to find it. You have that kind of a perspective of life, but people don't kind of understand you. They kind of misunderstand that, and they just think that you're always being funny and goofy, and you're always in the mood to party and never in the mood to just sit and relax. Mercury is the planet of movement as well. Like, Mercury is super fast, right? And that's why it's like you, and whatever you do, you might also be someone, a pile 4, who talks really fast. And it's because you have a lot going on inside your head. Your mind, if somebody ever gets the privilege, and I do say the word privilege because seeing inside your mind is like, it's no less than a privilege, because your mind is so gorgeous. It is so beautiful. It's like a beautiful enigma. It's like a wonder of its own, So if people kind of tell you that there are 7 wonders in the world, or there are 8 wonders in the world, you can say that my mind is the 8th or the 9th wonder in the world. All right, that's how beautiful and stunning your mind is. And sometimes, when you're talking to people, you would notice that they become speechless. They're just looking at you sometimes. They're just staring at you in awe. And you're like, what? And you ask them that, okay, why are you looking at me like that? And it's because whatever you're saying, it's so beautiful and it's so perfect and it's so intelligent that the person's like, how do they know these things? How do they come up with these things? Like, if you're discussing an idea with a friend, right? And you're telling your friend that, okay, this is what I'm thinking of doing. This is how it's going to be. And you're just looking at your friend is just staring at you. And you're like, why are you looking at me like that? And like, how do you come up with these things? How are you able to, how does your mind work? People are really curious about that, pile 4. They really want to know how your mind works. And also, Mercury is a planet of duality as well. So there is a duality to you, a pile 4. Probably some of you guys might have strong Gemini placements in your chart. But even if you don't, even if you're like, no, I barely have any Gemini placements, even then there is a duality to you, because you have such a strong mercurial kind of aspect to your personality that it brings that duality to you. So people might be like, okay, this person, how come pile 4 is so connected with people who are so different from them? How come they're able to kind of adjust or adjust their personality to meet everybody's needs? How are they able to do that? Don't they get exhausted? And I feel like pile 4, it's really hard for you to get tired. Like it takes a long time for you to get tired. No matter what you do, even for example, even if you're sitting still or you're sitting in one place, you're not moving much all day, so people be like, oh yeah, you didn't do anything, so of course you're going to be energetic. But and maybe one day you are just running around all day, whatever the situation is, whatever kind of day you're having, you always have the energy to do something or the other. You're always ready for it. So yeah, don't just be like, oh, okay, yeah, I don't do anything much, that's why I have all the energy. No. You have all the energy because your personality is like so strongly ruled by Mercury. You have that energy within you. So it plays that part. All right. On the other hand, Mercury is also related to education. So this also tells me, because we have the Wheel of Fortune here, so this also tells me that you might be strongly inclined towards the education aspect of the world. You might also be someone who loves to learn, who loves to gain knowledge. You might be someone who is always reading something or the other, and you consume information with the sole intention of gaining knowledge. Like for example, if you decide to watch a movie, and people watch movies for so many different reasons, right? Some people watch a movie because they like it. Some people watch a movie because they just want to forget the world for some time. Some people like to watch a movie because they're bored and they want to be entertained. You will watch a movie because you're like, I want to get the knowledge. I know I learned something new by watching this movie. You know, some people say, oh, consuming social media is such a waste of time and wasting health and everything. You will consume social media to get knowledge. Your Instagram, your TikTok, Facebook, whatever social media platform you're on, you will be following those or you're going to be subscribed to those handles or those channels who are going to be giving you some sort of information or the other, some sort of knowledge or the other. So yeah, wherever you can get knowledge from pile 4, you get it. You do your best to get that knowledge. Some people might say you're a bookworm and all of those things. Let them say that. Or some people might even say you're a know-it-all. You might also be someone who's very talkative, because Mercury being the planet of communication as well. So you might be someone who talks a lot, or even if you don't talk a lot, you're just like, or like I'm saying, you know, since you have that duality aspect to you, right? So it could be that to the other people, you don't say a word. You're just sitting quietly in a corner, not saying a word, not even uttering a single sound. But with other people, you're like so chatty. People are like, who are you? Who are you? Are you talkative? Are you the silent one? What are you? You know, who are you? So, but anyway, yeah, some of you guys might be very talkative. You love to talk, or whenever you're talking, you're just giving out information to people. You're just trying to transfer information from yourself to the other person. But if you're someone and you're watching this, you're like, I'm not talkative, I barely say anything. But you would have noticed that inside you, there's an eternal dialogue that is taking place. You might not be talking to the outside world, but you're constantly talking to yourself. All right, so it goes hand in hand. That duality is gonna be there. All right, so we have a Page of Pentacles in reverse. And you talk really fast, like I was saying, because Pentacles is the slowest energy. And this card coming in reverse for you, a pile 4, just shows that you are not a slow talker. You are a fast talker. Okay, we have the Lovers. We have a 4 of Cups in reverse. And you might be very impatient as well. We have 3 of Pentacles. And we have a Temperance. Okay. I just feel like the universe is kind of telling you here to kind of, you know, take it down a notch, like whatever, like because Mercury is such a strong planet, that, you know, the universe is like, tone down, try to kind of control this mercurial energy that you have in your personality, pile 4, because people will find it really difficult to handle. People cannot handle the mercurial energy. It's not that there's something wrong with you and that the universe is like, control yourself, you are not doing the right thing and everything, not like that. But it's just that the people around you, because this whole energy that you have, pile 4, it's unlimited. It's unlimited. No matter how, you're someone who will gain unlimited knowledge, and you're someone who wants to gain unlimited knowledge. You're someone who will always have unlimited energy to do stuff, whether physical or mental. Sometimes, you're not okay, you're not feeling okay, and you're not able to move around as much. You're not able to get that physical energy, physical exercise done. But that doesn't mean that you don't have that mental energy, So, just bring that balance and kind of just, bring that balance within yourself. Calm yourself a little. And I feel like you're the people who find it really hard to meditate, who find it really hard to just sit still in one place and just meditate, because your mind is constantly working. It never shuts up. It's never silent. You might find it really hard to sleep as well, because your mind is just chattering all the time. And that's why the universe is like, bring that balance within yourself, because it might have an impact on your health. On the other hand, I'm also getting this message that like I was saying in the beginning, where your intelligence is connected to your spirituality. So whenever maybe you're reading something, like if you're someone who's like, I can't stop doing any of these things, I cannot stop reading or consuming information and everything, sure, I get it. I'm not telling you to stop, but the thing is that use that to kind of connect to the universe. Maybe you can gain knowledge about spirituality. You can try and see, okay, how can I get to be closer? How can I talk to the universe? Maybe you can use tarot cards or something, because you have the images, so you're getting that information, right? So there can be like multiple ways. It depends on what suits you, what you resonate with. These are just some examples I gave you, okay? Then we have this 3 of Pentacles here. So this is kind of telling me, and along with this Temperance right next to it, this is telling me, pile 4, that Mercury is the planet of wealth as well, because it's the planet of intelligence. So when you are, and I just feel like you guys are like money magnets, you have the potential to earn a lot of money. You just have that skill, you just have that intelligence of attracting money to yourself. So this tells me, like with the 3 here, 3 Pentacles, and with this back and forth like Temperance energy, this tells me that you are someone who will be having 2 to 3 sources of income, multiple sources of income. And you need to have that for your own maybe peace of mind, for your prosperity, because you might feel really stressed out if you have only one source of income. So if you have 2 or 3, it's going to help you calm down. It's going to help you feel more at peace within yourself. And we have the Lovers card coming through, which is the card ruled by the sign of Gemini, which is once again ruled by Mercury. You understand what I meant by duality? Now you understand this card coming up for you, pile 4, that you are strongly, strongly ruled by Mercury, and there's a heavy presence of Mercury in your personality. You might be like, no, I'm not Mercury ruled. Mercury retrograde doesn't affect me. All of those things. You might say that, and yeah, sure, I totally believe you. But in terms of your personality, how curious you are, how energetic you are, how knowledgeable you are, how you are able to kind of do multiple things at the same time. You're multitaskers, and you're very good at doing those things as well, pile 4. You do multiple things at the same time. And the thing is that you do them so well that the person's like, can't even imagine that you did them. You did one task while completing like 4 other tasks. Right? Because some people like they might think that you are someone who just likes to focus on one task, and the reason you've done a good job is because you are focused on that one task. Little do they know that you were working on multiple tasks, but you're so used to doing multiple things at the same time that now it's become second nature to you, pile 4. And you're able to do things very easily, multiple things at the same time. So you might be like reading something, but at the same time you're working on something else. At the same time there's you're playing some game somewhere. So you're just doing all these different things, and at the end of the day you do get the job done. It's not like, oh, you only got 50% of something done, 25% of something done. No, you get your work done, all of it. All right, let's see what else we have for you. Okay, see, we have child eternal. Like I'm saying, you're a forever child. We have determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit. Ability to see things with fresh eyes. I told you, you look young. You look younger than your age. Whatever your age may be, it's hard for people to kind of believe when you tell them your age. They just look at you all shocked and they're like, are you seriously, that age? Whatever it may be. So for example, say you're 18 or something. Some people might be, they'll look at you and they'll think that you're like a 13 or 12 or something. If you're in your 20s, they might think that you're a teenager. If you're in your 30s, they might think that you're a young adult, that you just stepped into adulthood or something. So you always look young. But you also remain young in mind and spirit because, like I'm saying, you connect with your inner child. You're not ashamed and you're not embarrassed that you go to a toy store and you like something and you buy it. You're not ashamed of what people will think or what they'll say. You're just happy you liked it, you bought it, and that's all that matters to you. So you're just connecting with your inner child. You're letting it out to play. We have damsel, understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. Okay. So it's not, and like I was saying, people might say, oh, you're so shallow, you never take life seriously, all of those things, but you do, pile 4. Just because you choose to indulge with your inner child, just because you are always laughing and trying to find the silver lining or being optimistic and everything, doesn't mean that you don't understand anything else. You do, and that's the whole thing. You understand that, okay, this is what I have to do, this is how I have to do it, and everything. You understand all of that. Okay, we have femme fatale. Highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. Okay. People, if they, we have damsel, then we have femme fatale. That's like, what was I saying about duality, pile 4? What was I saying about that? Right? You have that duality. This is like, even the colors of the cards, like this is golden, this is black. Like this is like yellowish color, right? And this is black, right? So first of all, the color duality is there. And then this is like the damsel being all sensitive and everything. And then this is the femme fatale. That's what I'm saying. People can never figure you out. People can never be like, okay, this is it. This is a pile 4. Pile 4 is a damsel. Some people will be like, no, pile 4 is a femme fatale. Because you kind of adjust yourself according to the circumstances. See, that's what I'm saying. Your intelligence is so great that you figure out that, okay, this person needs me to be a child right now. This person needs me to be a damsel. This person needs me to be mature at this point, so I need to be mature. So yeah, your intelligence is off the charts. It's impeccable, pile 4, right? So yeah, this is all I have for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.